July 2nd, 2013. And this little vicious creature here is Apophis. And that little roof in the background is Norman, the dog. And this is my kitty. He's was given, his mother gave birth to him in the foundry room at the Fine Arts building at Hartnell College. And I ended up rescuing him. His sister, Porcelina, went to Maria Marin, and another girl in the one of the ceramics classes ended up taking the third one. Another female, probably. Hard to tell at this age. But got little runny eyes there. But he's in pretty good shape. He's purring right now. Mother probably abandoned them. We never saw the mother. It could be a mother cat that looks a lot like Anubis. Apophis and Norman are getting along real good. They play with each other, they chase each other around the room, and Norman likes to lick Apophis here until he's like covered with dog slobber. I was a little concerned Norman might get a little out of control, a little excited and start biting, but that hasn't really been a problem. I've heard Apophis hiss a couple of times, but for the most part, they're getting along well. On the other hand, with his stepbrother Anubis has not been getting along well yet. First time they saw each other, I was sitting in this chair and holding Apophis the first night. Anubis comes in like he usually does and jumps on the chair next to me and starts to flop down. Then he suddenly realizes we're not alone. And Anubis and Apophis look at each other, and Anubis starts to hiss, and I grab him because I was afraid he was going to attack. All of a sudden, this tiny little monster hisses, and Anubis kind of freaks out and runs out of the room and into the backyard. Anubis, I think, has had a tough life. He grew up in the backyard. I found him literally starving to death. He was curled up in Norman's dog food bowl. He was probably within a day of starving to death. His only experience with other cats, other than his mother, has probably been they're either trying to kill him and eat him, because I think all his siblings who were born in the backyard were eaten by one of the local neighbor cats. And the local neighbor cats, the feral cats that are out there now, are mean to him. I'm hearing him getting into fights all the time. So I'm sure he doesn't know what to think about this little creature here. And I'm going to wait till he gets a little bigger. I keep little Apophis here tied up, or well, not tied up. I keep him in a box when I'm not actually holding him or petting him or supervising him, because I'm afraid that Anubis could kill him and eat him. Well, at least kill him. I don't think Anubis would eat him, but I think he could certainly kill him. Anubis has come in a couple of times and just stared at this little monster and then turns and runs out. But with the playing that little monster here does with Norman, it's building up his endurance. He's also getting the lay of the house. So if and when Anubis starts to be a fight, they get into a fight, he'll know where to hide. And Norman is freaking out because he wants to get to the kitty cat and play with him again. Anubis has been staying out of the house. I was keeping the cage next to Anubis's food because I figured that way, he'd have to walk by him and, look at each other. But Anubis was apparently not even coming in to eat, so I moved his box away, and Anubis, I guess, is coming in to eat. Anubis comes in the back door at night, the last few nights, about 3 in the morning, and jumps on me in the bed, and I cuddle him and give him the kitty love. I guess he's afraid that he's being replaced. Who knows what's going on in his cat mind. And Apophis here. Anubis and Apophis are both named after Egyptian gods, and I've given them both the last name of Maukat, because it appears from my research that Mau is the Egyptian word for cat, and I just threw cat at the end, so Maukat, so it's Maukat. And so this is Apophis Maukat, and I got Anubis Maukat. And of course, Norman, that's an Egyptian dog name. And I think little creature here wants to run. He's probably hungry. I need to go feed him. That's all for now.